There's a place in the woods called Aspen Ridge because of all the populous trees which grow there. This is where we're from. We are the Popple People. Welcome to our channel. We're glad you stopped by. We'll be doing things a little different here. In this special episode, we wanted to answer some of your questions that have been emailed to us or submitted in the chat box on our website. That link is posted in the description if you wanted to check out our webpage. A little change of pace should be fun. So here we go. Our first question is, why didn't you assemble the track extensions you said you bought in the first few videos? Good eye, you're absolutely correct. We did get a track extension kit too, and we will be adding that on once the mill is set up at its permanent location. We actually wanted to add it on now, but the trailer that we have the mill set up on for now is 17 inches too short, so it just didn't fit. We ran out of room. We will, however, post a video when we do add that on once everything is moved to its final location, so stay tuned for that. We have to build the popple processing plant that the mill will be housed in first, so once that's all ready, then we can move the sawmill and add on that track extension. Thank you for asking. Our next question also came from someone who was very observant and noticed the background in our videos, and they asked if we were drywalling. The short answer is yes. We were in the process of drywalling when the mill arrived. It's actually one of the reasons we placed it on a car trailer when it was delivered. We wanted it inside for storage, but the drywall was in process at the time, so we still needed it to be a little bit more mobile, so we could move it easily when we needed to mud and sand. It worked out well to have it on the car trailer where we could pull it out to work and then back it into the garage at night. And FYI, we did finish drywalling, priming, and painting all while working on getting this mill set up, so thank you for noticing. Now we're in the process of moving in, and you'll still see some mess in the background as we get things situated in there. The next question was asked by actually a few people, and it was, why did we choose the 122 model instead of the 126 or the 130 larger models? And to answer this question, there's a story that goes along with it. There was this tree, and it was a memorable one. It was a big popple that broke off in a windstorm and ended up getting made into firewood. But this tree was huge, and I remember the last chunk that got cut off the stump was so heavy that we couldn't lift it up onto the log splitter. So essentially, a tree of that diameter was our upper limit. Considering what we would be able to reasonably handle without having any heavy equipment to haul logs with, this tree was at our upper threshold. So this prompted me to crawl out into the woods and measure that stump. I wanted to know the diameter of that particular tree because if we struggled with a 12 to 18 inch length of it, there's no way we'd be schlepping something bigger than that to the mill. So I took a standard sized coffee can along just for a frame of reference to see the size of this beast. It measured about 22 inches in diameter. So there we had our answer. Anything we had that exceeded 22 inches, it's going to end up on the firewood pile. It made the decision to purchase the HM122 model an easy one because that mill had a 22-inch max log diameter. Any model that could handle bigger logs would be unnecessary. This mill would meet our needs, so that's why we chose the 122 over the 126 or 130 models. The next question was emailed in by another observant viewer. They asked about our photo bomber. Good eye. That's the Popple Pup, who doesn't want to be exploited on a YouTube channel. She's pretty shy, so we'll see if she turns up again. And our last question today is about the Acer. Someone asked about how we hung those curtains. So the Acer is the small changing room attached to the sauna. It's only about 8 foot by 8 foot in size, so space is pretty tight in there. I wanted half curtains because it's a changing room, so for some privacy, but I didn't want to lose all the natural light from the windows, so half curtains met both of those needs. That being said, I didn't want curtain rods protruding out into the room at shoulder height, so to eliminate that, I needed the curtains to fully mount inside of the window jamb extensions. So my idea was to cut a wooden dowel to fit inside and then pop it into a cutout holder. For that, I used these thin wooden slices. I traced the dowel and then cut out that curvature. I brought it over to my dad's fabrication lab and we drilled them out with his cordless hand drill and then sanded with a Dremel tool between the holes to remove the pieces, and then finally sanded with the Dremel again to smooth and finish these out. It actually worked really well and they turned out great. Well, this was fun. Keep the questions coming. We love hearing from you. Our email address is listed here on the screen if you have a question for us. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you on our upcoming regular episode. We'll catch you next time. Bye.